Time now for the secondary lead here in MLB Tonight. So another major storyline we want to get into. This is a tweet from our friend John Heyman, one of our MLB Network insiders, of course, writer for the New York Post. Pirate source: Paul Skeens is not getting traded. No chance. No way. No how, is the way I heard it. While there's a bit of logic to such a scenario, superstars just aren't traded by anyone with 1 year service time, and the Pirates remain determined to build around Skeens. Again, with Dan O'Dowd as our resident GM, gets us to talking here. First up, your reaction to that thought on Skeens?
Oh, I agree completely.
Right.
I mean, it's just impractical right now. That kind of talent that you drafted and developed yourself. They've got good young pitching. Bubba Chandler, I think, will be in the big leagues pitching next to him real soon. So you're going to have to build around your pitching, but they're going to have to address their offense in some way because they're not going to win a championship or even have a winning record with the offense they have now on the field. So I can see where the rumor would get started because he's such a major piece. How many pieces could he bring back to rebuild your offense? It's just not practical from a business standpoint for an organization to trade him so soon in his service time.
2.03 ERA his last 7 starts, 44 in the third inning. So here's 3 trades that I believe, Dan, you feel should make sense. They're not going to happen, but 3 trades you think could.
Yeah, and again, let me just qualify. This is real early for this assignment here. So, but the first one for me is I still feel the Cubs have an obvious need at third base. So a deal that I think should happen, maybe should happen, will never happen is Arenado going to the Cubs.
Cards and Cubs, let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't make many deals. And I think, Matt Shaw's a good player. The one thing Matt can't compete with, when you look at the Cubs right now with Swanson and Horner up the middle, they're elite defensively. Even though his run production may not be the same, he's still the elite defender that he is at third base. And I think a change of scenery for Nolan would be very good for him. So I do think the Cubs at some point in time may consider addressing that position. There'll be other third basemen available, but I had Arenado going to the Cubs, knowing that's never going to happen.
He had a good start the first couple weeks of the season. Now he's been slumping so much, he went to his manager and said, move me down the lineup. He's willingly hitting 6th, hoping to turn things around.
It also tells you who he is. Winning player.
Yeah.
He understands what's happening, right? It's not about me.
Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals, I actually think the Cardinals by playing Gordman and Segisi at third base are actually, it's better for what they're trying to do long term.
All right, next up, how about Bo Bichette in the Blue Jays?
I got the Blue Jays trading Bo to the Atlanta Braves.
Wow.
I think the Braves need a bat, but I think they need that kind of bat. High contact, low strikeouts, use the entire field. They've gotten very little offensive production at a shortstop now for a number of years. Why this is not going to happen, I think the Blue Jays are just too all in on this season to make that trade, which in their fans' mind and Vlad Jr.'s mind might be a rebuilding trade.
Yeah.
But they haven't signed him to a contract extension. Don't know if they could match up talent-wise, but I think they do have a shortstop there, Jimenez, that can slide over and play shortstop and give an opportunity at second base to one of their younger players. It's a deal that the Braves, for me, really need to plug that position in their lineup with an offensive shortstop.
And Alex,
Go hit leadoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he could, or they could hit Acuna 1 and him 2.
Ooh.
It just gives them. They need to make that kind of trade to really close the gap between them and the other elite teams in the National League.
We'll see what Alex Anthopoulos will drum up. Clearly a guy who's not averse to making a move. And last one, Framber Valdez is going to be a free agent starting pitcher after this year. Yankees.
Yeah, and again, these two teams don't make deals. That goes back a long way, so this one probably never is going to happen. But he complements the Yankees' rotation really well. Strike thrower, heavy sinker ball guy. I think he matches another left-handed in their rotation to go with Fried and Rodon. I do think they need to add a starting pitcher in their rotation. But, the American League West is not a dominant division. The Astros should be able to stay around forever. And I guarantee you that's not a place that they would choose to send him to, all things being equal.
Right, having to face him potentially in the playoffs. But Framber's one of those guys, always keeps the ball down.
I just don't know if Houston's going to say, okay, fine, you can go.
I don't think so either. That's why I don't think that's going to happen. And, they're good enough to hang around this thing, but I don't think they're good enough to win.
He'll be great in any rotation.
Yeah, that's right. Well, those trades will be happening at some point. Dan's just getting the wheels kicked.
Yeah,
I like it, though. I see you. I like it.